Warning, it is the opinion of 4th Street Productions, LLC, and the Low Life podcast that we should inform you that some language used in the recording could possibly be considered offensive, and you have been warned. So if you decide to listen to the Low Life podcast, then don't complain like...
Yo, you're now listening to the Low Life podcast or whatever. This here's the lowdown.
Welcome to the Low Life podcast with Mickey and J-Dub. I'm J-Dub and this is Mickey. This is a show for people from the other side of the tracks, didn't walk the straightest of lines, and we're gonna, get to know each other a bit, and we're gonna have some fun together.
Yeah, basically this is for all the gay poor kids, just like Justin said.
No. But we're gonna learn some things about each other. We're gonna share, and we're gonna have a good, silly old time. So we're gonna start here, just what we call the lowdown, just getting into, how was your week? How you doing? And we'll go on from there. So how
what up,
doing,
cuz? How you doing, Shane? You
I'm
nervous, boy? You guys hear J-Dub over there? He's like,
I'm doing good. My face is
how's
all
your week, boy? How
My
you been?
face is all pink.
Lowdown.
I was in St. Petersburg, Florida. It was quite nice.
You were?
Yeah. It was for a
How
wedding.
long were you there? Oh yeah, the wedding. Right.
Yeah, my youngest brother got married, so he's 24, already locked up.
What an idiot. Fucking idiot, dude.
I was like, 24? Okay. If it's time, it's time, I guess.
You married a rich girl though, so that
Some people just want to wrap it up early, I guess.
some people just want to find a rich girlfriend. Also, that's the truth of it. I know we shouldn't say that, but like, come on.
Nice.
I had a rich girlfriend.
They're not rich yet, but they're both working to become doctors, actually, which is actually really surprising.
I wonder if they play Operation. Probably not. They're really Christians, right? They're probably not even diddling each other's little fucking stinky pinkies.
No, that's what I said. Are you ready to have sex for the first time in your life?
He's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna blow her back out. You kidding me? Just like Jesus did.
But did you watch the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight?
I did. I actually bet on it. I won.
Oh yeah, you took Tyson.
Of course, dude. I'm the guy who hit the draw. I know exactly what these motherfuckers are gonna give us, and I know exactly when they're gonna stop cheating because they can't make any more money. This is the last fight. They'll never fight again.
And then he's got nobody left to fight. Anthony Joshua just got knocked out. There's no other big heavyweights waiting for him.
Nah, dude, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
he's so big.
Heavyweight division isn't that deep, so he's just the guy from now on.
He's so gigantic. He's got a big old flabby body, but he barely even looked tired. He went to a rave after the fight.
Yeah, dude, that's because he's also an ex-drug addict and probably snorted a mountain of cocaine.
It's just still residually pumping through his body.
But he's also one of those bulls. After he won, he took the mic and started singing this song that he walked into.
Yeah, that's his thing, And then he went and
I love it.
Steve Aoki. He loves it, man. He's high on life now.
They do uppers too, though, and uppers.
Nah, he's
probably
clean
some
now.
banging Molly. Not after this
Molly.
fight, you kidding me? You knock out that fucking monster again, dude. You're on drugs.
Dude, he hits so hard. It's so intimidating. He just walks around with his fist out, trying to line up your skull, and just.
That's not even what's scary to me. A guy like that, his feet is what scares me. Fucking King Kong out there on his tippy toes, dude. That guy's a maniac. He's like a real Irish thug. I like that he's a gypsy. That's my kind of guy, dude. Seriously, dude.
Yeah,
he fought for his life. He's probably a rape baby. You don't come like that. He came into this world fighting, Jack. Seriously. His mom
Well,
probably got fucked in the ass. He pooped that kid out. He's a monster.
Their family's a prestigious fighting family. No.
No, they're
I
not.
don't
They're
know. I
full
know his
fucking
brother.
jerk offs.
I know his brother fights. I think his father used to fight. I don't know that
His
much
brother's
about
some
him.
little fucking pussy who was on the fucking island or whatever. I watched. He was like, "Oh, I'm
movie, The
fucking
Island?
Tommy, fucking dickhead." Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
Tommy
like,
Fury.
he was on the what is the show called? Not The Circle.
The
Throw that
fighter show,
ass.
like UFC.
Nah, dude, he was on like a girl, like bitchy, like Netflix show where they send all singles. Oh, Love Island. That's what it is.
He was on Love Island, really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he sucks. But anyway. Uh
What else? How was your
how
anything new?
how was traveling? That's what I always want.
It actually wasn't bad. You have
Did you have anxiety? Did you go nuts? I
You
go
don't have
nuts
to-
on those fucking things, dude.
you don't have to bring your vaccine card. You just have to wear a mask the whole time in the airport. I got Chick-fil-A breakfast on the way there. And then I took my hoodie and set my laptop up and put it over top of my laptop, built myself like a little fort in there, with this. So like I unzipped my sweatshirt and then had it over my head and over my
You
laptop.
did this on the airplane?
Well, because the window behind me, the glare was coming through, so like I couldn't like really see my laptop screen that well. And I was watching Spectre, the
Spectre.
latest James Bond movie.
Yeah.
And,
Not the latest. That's
Well, the latest one that's out on DVD at the moment. And so in my little fort, I could take my mask off. I was hitting my jewel. It was nice, yo.
everyone thought you were beating off out there. Like, who does that? Was your girl sitting next to you? Was she like, dude, why are you acting like a fucking?
She was
serial
passed out. She
bomber?
had the eye mask on and the neck pillow. She was out. I built
What
a
time
little
was it?
fort. It was like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
We
5:30.
took it real early. Yeah. It was
I
real
thought you
early
said
in the morning.
8:30.
No, it was real early in the morning. Built a little fort.
That's pretty
That
cool.
was cool. I didn't bring any weed. I was thinking about it, but I was like, it's not worth it. It's too dangerous.
Dude, the last time on my way home from Florida, I got yelled at by the fucking stewardess. She was like,
For hitting your jewel.
nah. So check it out. Like, we were in the back of the plane. I was respectfully between two Puerto Ricans, and it was fine. Like they were cool, whatever. But it was a little crowded for me. Like I hadn't eaten that day. I brought some snacks, and it sucks because I brought hot fries. It's kind of like a smelly treat. Like every time I reached in for a fucking Skittle, it's like, it's all loud. I just get so like embarrassed. Like, so
Yeah, you're sitting 2 feet from somebody.
right. And like my technique of hitting the jewel, like in the movie theater, like the under the shirt kind of like
Yeah, blow it into your shirt.
not working great because like I respect that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would have done it if like they weren't good people. Like I almost wish there was a fat fucking slob next to me or some, asshole screaming kid. I would have just ripped him. So out of nowhere, like I had to take a shit, dude. Ooh, I had a fucking empanada before I left Florida. That made my shit queasy, bro. So like on the plane, and my girl and I, like our flights got fucked up, so we sat in different rows. So it's not even like I had Shorty to kind of like lean on.
Yeah, hi.
I go to the bathroom, and when I realized because of this COVID shit, I go in the bathroom, I'm ripping a jewel, I take a shit, and I come out, and they leave the back 2 rows empty for the stewardesses for like social distancing.
Yeah.
They have their own little fucking cabin, and they're not sitting there. So I popped out, and I'm just like, yo, let me pop a little spot right here, in case this fucking poop comes back right away. I could just dip right in there. I'm smoking jewel. I'm having a great time.
So you hide in the back of the plane.
It's only one row behind my row.
I know exactly the spot you're talking about, but like you can't walk back there.
And bro, we're like 30 minutes into the ride. There's no one been there the whole time. The whole time I'm like, I should go back there, And then the lady comes up. She's like, "Excuse me, sir, why are you sitting here?" And I was like, "Well, my stomach's not feeling too good, So I decided that maybe I'd park it right by the can in case I had to get on quick. If you didn't notice, I'm between 2 Puerto Ricans over there, and they're trying to enjoy their flight. I can't just fucking hop up and be crazy." So she's like, "But sir, like these are for the stewardesses." She does the whole asshole thing. I'm like, "All right, lady, I got you. I'll go back to my seat."
She's not an asshole. You're not allowed to sit there.
But it's like if someone's telling you their stomach's upset,
No, I know.
You're sitting this close to the bathroom, you should say, "You know what, hon, we're not sitting out here. You take it easy. Let me know if you need a fucking ginger ale." great.
No,
That's
I'm like
service.
it after 9/11. Like, yeah, like if I'm
It
surprised,
would
like if you get up
after
and like
9 maybe for
start,
you. Look in the mirror, dude. You look like a Cuban refugee, not me. I am a
yeah,
white American through and through. Like 9/11 has nothing to do with me.
I've always
Like,
wanted to go explore. I always want to like explore and go underneath the plane while it's up in the air. Go hide around.
nah, like it, nah.
If I was
So
10 on a plane, I could have so much fun.
I went back to the seat, and then she comes up and then tries to do the embarrassing thing. Hey, sir, you said your stomach hurts really bad and your diarrhea is so bad. You had to sit so close to the thing. And I'm like, all right, take it easy. I literally was like, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Just like, leave me alone. Stop. And she's like, what? You're not sick anymore? And I'm like, oh, take it easy, lady. You know, like, oh, I hate it.
Would she give you crackers and ginger ale?
No, I refused it. There's nowhere for me to sit it. I can't have an open soda, dude. I'm packed in this fucking seat. Like,
I'm very surprised also every time that they hand out just full cans of soda. Because before they used to just fill up a cup and they would keep the can, but now because of COVID, they give you the whole can in a cup. And like, I'm surprised there aren't 40 sodas spilled in a plane every
there
foot.
are. There fucking are. And that's why your feet are sticking to the damn ground every time, you know? It's annoying, dude. That bothered me. She was like, what, you have to take a shit, daddy? I got so bad. I hate her. Oh, I hate whites, dude.
I hate the people who the flight lands, you're in row 35, and they immediately stand up in the aisle. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not leaving for 8 minutes. Sit down.
These are why I got so close to, you know, the people I was sitting next to. And I was obviously joking earlier, you know, when I said they were, you know, Puerto Ricans, but they were Spanish people, you know, they were cool as shit from Philly. Like, I knew these people. They're from Norristown. You know, they looked at me. She was like, that's not, honey. You got to take a shit, change around. That's it. You fine. I'm like, all right, thanks, mama. You know, like, they were cool. And I remember, like, the people across the road from us, as soon as that happened, they stood up. And she's like, Poppy, like, this dickhead is not going to be able to get off for an hour. And I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do? You know, it's the whites. Fucking chalk it up to the whites.
The
They're
people,
entitled.
I'm in the second to last row. And they try and Fee stands up and I'm like, you just get out of the row and then I'll grab your bag and hand it to you. So she gets out, they try and dip by, and I've got my hand now on the bag and I can't take it out because I'll hit one of them in the head. So we're just looking at each other. And I'm like, what are you doing? You gotta go, like, move. And they're like standing there and I'm like, oh, there's a structure, a line here, move, idiot. And they like, I was just go. They like stared at me like what? Like they didn't understand.
They're probably
English.
Wanting you to get
They're
their
like
bag
so
down.
confused.
They're like, oh, Mr. Tall Man up there, can you get everyone's bag down so we can leave?
What is happening? What are you doing? There's an order to this. It's so simple. There's only one row left. How did you mess this up?
Did you come back with COVID? Did anybody on the plane look sus?
I don't think so. I mean, Florida is wild. It's lawless.
It's wild right now, dude. My niece down there, like, I'm nervous for her. Son.
They get upset if you wear a mask down there.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gay? What are you wearing a mask for? What are you, weak?
Like, what are you, a gay alligator, dude?
Like, what is wrong with you people down here?
They're psychos, dude.
There is also, like, every body of water you have to be afraid of if there's an alligator in it. There was like geckos all around. I was like, ooh, look, a lizard. Ooh, look, a lizard.
Bro, when we went down, there was a tree frog living in the door jam. Bull was nuts. He came out and started eating other bugs and frogs. They're wild. They're not even supposed to be there. They're like one of those things that fucking Chinese brought over with COVID on a ship. They fucked up the whole ecosystem, you know. But it was probably more Cuban.
It's more animals than I've ever seen. There's parrots. There's live parrots. Just all
the birds are wild, dude.
There's huge pelicans.
Are we allowed to say no homo? No homo. The birds were crazy, dude. Haven't seen a colored bird like that since the group home, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding, but yeah, there was some wild shit down there, dude.
Yeah, the ocean too. It's for the first, like, I don't know, 30 feet. It's only like 3-4 feet deep, so you can walk out like pretty far before it actually starts to get like deep. And I'm like, oh no, I don't.
But it's
I don't
dope
mess with
that
them
it's like
sharks.
see-through and warm. Like, I've never experienced water like that. I think
the
I
Gulf
texted you
side.
from the beach, dude. I was like fucked up on seltzers, and I'm like, dude, they could have like blindfolded me, put me wherever. I woke up, like, if I would have just looked out on the water, like I just blacked out, woke up and looked out, and they were like, where are you right now? I'd have been like, the Dominican Republic. I have no idea. This is wild. Is this even America?
You fell asleep on a raft in the ocean?
I just mean, like, Florida was so new to me and so wild. Like,
where you were?
Yeah, if I would have been I have no idea where I was. Like,
I didn't realize how many like islands there are off of Florida. There's 100. They're like the shoreline, and then like just like the way the Jersey Shore set up, like it's a long strip. They have all this like sandbar towns and long bridges that cover like the whole bay.
I was on one of them, dude. Port St. Lucie.
You're just on a bridge for like 25 minutes, just all bridge. You're like, oh, if somebody crashes on this, you're just stuck here.
It's cool because where my buddy lives, Maddie, there's like a fucking Port St. Lucie like bay or river. So like the waterway connects to the bigger waterway. It's sick. It's like a little fucking majestic little,
It's beautiful, Florida. Except for we went in October, so like the hot days there, beautiful, love it. But like July,
it was
August,
hot as shit when I went, bro. Nah, I just went in the middle of the summer.
When'd you go? Yeah, in the middle of the summer. Yeah,
July. I was dying. That's like their hot season. It was
I was there in October. It was. Oh,
like you're 80s. Saying you?
Yeah. That's nice. So like if you snowbird, like lived in Philly, in the summer, and then in the winter went down to Florida, it'd be like perfect. It'd be
perfect, dude.
Oh, but yeah, I can't do the summer there, and I hate the winter so much. I don't want to do it.
I still would do the summer there. Like I'd pick the summer there probably over the winter here, just for like my mental health. Dude, and when it comes to wintertime, I make you want to kill myself, dude. Like I legit, like I need to get a lamp or something this year.
That first morning when you wake up and it's so cold, like it hurts. I'm like, why do I live here?
It sucks so bad. Especially like when you're hungover or something, or like withdrawal, and you're like, oh my God, I want to die.
My bones hurt.
Yeah. That shit is chilling, son.
I don't need it.
How did everything go with the wedding? Like she said yes.
It was awesome. Cool. Wedding
like,
on the
get
beach.
You drunk? Piss your pants or anything?
No, I had 7 gin and tonics. I did dance real nice. I had suspenders on, and then I changed into just like ball shorts and my sandal slides, but I just attached my suspenders to my ball shorts and kept my bow tie on.
I saw that on the gram. Your first picture was cool. I was like, in my head, I was like, he looks good. It's hot down there. A little bagger fancy, but I get why it's a little loose.
I look like a German beer garden guy with the suspenders and the shorts.
You look like a colonial homosexual, dude.
I look cool, like but the food was good. We went to a couple of like breweries down there. We went to Topgolf the one morning. And they got
nice.
like the as like a thank you for coming down. Like, hey, thanks for coming to Topgolf. He took all the groomsmen and rented out the stall. And then they got like so I'm all hungover. I'm starving. It's like 9:00 in the morning. I'm not thinking Topgolf has food. We walk to the bay and they're like, do you want a drink? I order a Tangerine tonic. And then there's one tray of nachos and dip, one tray of sliders, one tray of chicken fingers and meatballs. I was like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I went and hit 75 golf balls.
Nice, dude. After you put your dick in a fucking cheeseburger slider. I feel
fingers all chicken finger. I'm like, I'm getting the vid. I don't even care.
Oh yeah, that's why I asked. You don't look that good, bro. You know, you don't look so nice, man.
I got the COVID. I got the variant. I got the Florida variant.
You probably got that Delty Welty.
We all know Florida started this virus. It didn't come from Wuhan. It came from Tampa.
Could have easily. All right, cool, dude. Well, that's a good catch up. I mean, my week was pretty good. I had a pretty interesting therapy session this week. Actually, I'm lying. You know what? I canceled. We'll have to get into that next time. No, I really did, because I had to go do some shit for work, and I had to zip around like a fucking little zipperini. And because I missed it, and I lied to Regina, my therapist. I said, hey, Regina, I'm not feeling too hot. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Hopefully I don't have Delta. My friend Justin looks bad, and he just got home from Florida. So I should better be safe than sorry. Bye. So.
Did your illness give you a slow mental speech?
Well, that's how I got to pretend on the phone, dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell it, Jack. You don't know nothing about selling anything.
Do you get charged for it?
Nah, dude. I'm Mickey Medicaids, baby. Best thing about losing my shit. Free health care, mental health care. It's all I do. I use government funds to strengthen my brain and government funds to fatten my wallet. And now my dad calls me Mickey Medicaid. And that's a real life thing, but I'm getting back to work, baby. You know, I'm
Good
back,
old
son.
Medicaid.
Yeah,
To
not
be on the
bad.
government teat, to live a supple life.
Tits are fire. Speaking of tits, maybe we get into our next little segments, Keith. And oh, by the
Yeah.
way, guys, we didn't announce this. We have an eye in the sky. That's Matty Ice, aka Uncle Matsky, and I'm saying, dude, he's the producer here on the Low Life Pod. Sometimes when me and Justin, go too far or get too excited, you'll hear him reel us back in. Sometimes you'll hear him tell us go to the next clip. And on this next one, he'll be asking us some questions for Are You a Low Life? That's a part of the podcast where we do 20 questions, rapid fire and shit. Boom, 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 boom.
That's how you say.
So we're going to end this shit right here, this segment, and we're going to go to the next one.
See you on the other side.
Marty, we have to find out. Are you a lowlife?
This next segment's called Are You a Lowlife? It's 20 questions rapid fire with Mickey and J-Zub.
Let's find out your favorite flavors of low life foods. Let's see how scummy you are.
All right, we ready for question number 1?
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you want to do the order? Just how about we do a little Rochambeau for who goes first, real quick? Just 1 out of 1. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
shoot.
Ooh.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. This is great,
that.
scissors.
That.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
You
I
win. You have the honor,
And
sir.
that's it, baby. All right, I'm first. Uno.
Question number 1. Where do you masturbate? AKA wank it, AKA spank it, AKA yank it, AKA blast one, AKA shrub one, AKA scrub one, AKA dub one.
Got you. So I'll be very honest with you guys. IJ on the toilet these days because honestly, it was like the only real privacy I could get until about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I got
stand over the toilet,
dude. Nah, listen, I have the old lady toilet with the blue pad.
Yeah.
And if you put the John down, it's even more padding. So what I do is I'll sit on the padding, and then I'll throw like my robe typically over the back of the toilet so it doesn't hurt my back. And then but recently, and I put the shower on, I'm like, I'm in the shower, I'm jaying, or I'm not jaying. but a couple weeks ago, I got really fucked up and couldn't get my bathroom door open. So I kicked it. And instead of like kicking it and busting the door off,
it's a thin wood.
My foot just went
explode
right through it, bro. Like, in my fucking size 9 van, my whole shit was scraped up. It sucked. So now I can't, because now there's a giant hole, so I can't put the robe on the back of the toilet anymore. I got to hang it with my towels so it hides the hole so I can and look and do and get a little.
So you can Jack Nicholson look in on you.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing there?
Right.
Once I got taller than the sink, I'll do it into the sink a lot in the bathroom. It's real convenient.
You stand up and Jay?
Just stand up and just squirt it right into the sink.
I got to do a follow-up. And how long does that take you? You must have hamstrings.
You just stand there, you got your phone in one hand, you just take care of business. I get tall enough that once I was tall enough to do that, it was.
Oh, so you have practice coming standing up. See, I've never even came from a stand-up blowjob. I can't do it. It's like something in my head.
You can't be standing?
No, I never came standing in my whole life.
All of your coms have been laying down?
Every single one. Or in some kind of different position. Yeah.
Yeah, but no vertical comes.
Nah. I don't have the height.
Yeah.
Not on your knees either?
Oh, I've come on the knees. I've come on the knees because I'm fucking, blasted some, dude. Nah. But yeah, I've come on my knees.
That's the most, but not fully
standing.
Not feet on land.
Not feet on land.
All right, we ready to move on to the next question?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
How many times do you wear your underwear before washing them?
You got this one first.
Every time I shower, I like it. So, you take a shower, you change your underwear. I don't I don't change my underwear when I like like until I shower. I don't change my underwear.
I feel like that is the definition of fancy pants. Would you agree, Mike?
I feel like he's lying. I feel like he doesn't want to say because he's throwing on the shower thing, but he's not saying how often he showers. I know for a fact he doesn't shower every day.
I
So how
shower every
often
like
do you
2
use
3
your
days.
underwear?
Probably
So
like 2 3 days.
So the point is, you wear your
2
underwear
days.
for 2 or 3 days. That's wild, and that's a low.
If you count waking up, that would be the third day, and then I would shower.
What do you
'cause
just pull
especially
all nighters to not wash your drawers?
But like nobody showers and puts back on dirty underwear. Like that's crazy. That's
Nah,
insane.
But no one doesn't shower every day. That's a psycho move.
Nah, you
3
can
days
shower.
to not shower is but
I'm not a smelly guy.
What are you,
other than
Mila
my-
Kunis, dude?
once
Wash
my
your ass.
hair gets greasy. I'm not like jogging. Like if I work out, I shower. So like it depends.
You've never
Like,
worked out in the past 10 years. So
I play
stop with that.
pickleball. I play pickleball every Wednesday night.
Oh, so the night you get after the pickle, that's
So
when
I
you start
shower.
to see your
I
dirty
shower
little guy.
once a week. I shower every Wednesday night.
All right. Well, listen, I'm not mad at you. You know, you're
change your underwear
tall.
every day. You got to do so much laundry. You got
I
underwear
do, but
fat.
I
How many
also
pairs of
drop
underwear you
mine
got?
down at the laundromat. I let the
Yeah,
Easterners
yeah,
do
yeah.
my laundries. Just be honest.
Give me the next question.
Okay, moving on. Wait, so what was your answer to that, Mike?
Every fucking
Like,
day,
every
like
day.
a normal person, not a mongoloid, dude.
He's so sophisticated. He's so
All
so
right, Peter
mentally
Pettigrew,
healthy.
take a chill. All right, let's keep it going. All right, so next question. What is your favorite generic cereal?
Mm.
Do you want to clarify generic for those listening?
Yeah,
Hey,
the
you don't mean
off-brand. The shit our moms got us.
Like the
Yeah,
bag
off the
cereal.
My mom one time tried to come home with bag cereal, and I was like, no. I know we're poor, but we're not this poor. You're not doing it. I'm not. I need puzzles. I like to make a little fort. Like I would pull out all 3 boxes and make a little fort with it while I eat cereal. So like my brother couldn't look at me. She came home with that bag shit and started to buy like the plastic container where you pour the bag in the container. I was like, no, you go buy real cereal. God damn it, woman. Everything else we were pouring.
Mine was the ones for the Fruity Pebbles, dude. They were banging. I forget what they were called. They're like Fruity Pubies or something. They were fucking pretty good, dude.
Fruity
and you got
Blast.
1,000 of them.
The thing about the bag cereals was they were huge bags. There would be like 3-pound bags of cereal.
Yeah, dude. And we had a lot of kids, you know, so it was like,
The off-brand, I think she got like the off-brand like Captain Crunch or whatever, and it tastes just like Captain Crunch. But I need the box. I mean, half of the experience is the box.
yeah, we like ages 1 through 10. I did a lot of Wick cereal, you know, so instead of
Ooh.
smacks, I had like snacks, and you know what I'm saying, like
Honey, yeah, instead of
Cheerios.
honeycombs.
yeah.
That's fun. Your little EBT cereal. What do we got? What's number 3? Is this
Cocoa Nuggets, they were fire.
Cocoa Blast?
So question number 4 is, what is the estimated heaviest woman you have ever had relations with? AKA sex, AKA boom boom, AKA showtime, AKA rubby dubby, AKA let it slap, AKA slap it down, AKA slap city.
Right. What do you got, J-Dub? How heavy?
I would probably say maybe like 189, somewhere between like 189 and like 207. Maybe 207. I don't know. I feel like they don't have a lot of muscle mass. It's hard to tell.
Can we add height to this as well?
no
Like
P.
like 5'3".
That
Wait,
changes.
so
But also
you're-
3
for the-
207s.
You're saying that the weight is between 187 and 189
That's
and
really
207 and 5'3".
Yeah.
Would you
maybe
bang her before
189
and
is
after
too big.
dinner?
Maybe like maybe I'm being a little exaggerated. Maybe like 160. Like definitely. Also, for the record, I'd like to say I feel like I was taken advantage of. I awoke mid-process of this, and I was laying on the floor. She was on top of me. And I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, "Oh God!" And then I saw that Boy Meets World was on the TV, and I was like, I went like, "Ugh," and then I rolled over, and then I took my penis. And I was like, "Oh, I do have a condom on, thank God." And then that was it. But she was huge, yo. we went to
Wait, you fake came or you came?
yeah. I fake came. I had to get out of
You
there. I didn't know what was
came.
going on. No, I didn't.
You came.
we
You
went to
saw
Burger-
Topanga on that screen and you couldn't help yourself. All right.
We
We've
went to
all been
Burger-
there.
We went to Burger King the next morning as we're leaving this college,
What-
and she goes, "Would it be gross if I got a triple Whopper?" And I was like, I mean, it's not-
Oh my god!
It's not grosser than anything that's happened to me. Like,
I'd be like, no, mama, you gave me that double whop last
You
night.
got-
You
you
got
got
triple whop to no, mama.
getting the
Brought the
trippy
turkey to the
Whoppy.
burger market, dog.
I was like, yo, this is a
Damn.
nightmare. I felt raped, yo.
I'll tell you
Michael,
what.
do you have an answer to this question?
Oh,
What would be weighing in
dude.
at?
I'm not even like trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be crazy here. I would say easy if we're gonna hit it with a range between 299 and 300. And I met her on Tinder, bro, and it was late. It was like right after I got back from college. Getting back from college sucks because in college, it's like a lot of the reason you get late is because of your status. It's like high school. Now I'm living in like the city. I'm a nobody, dude. I got not a good job. I'm short. They don't really understand my big personality yet. I'm like a lonely girl in a big city, and I just can't catch a break, dude. I just can't get laid. So I hit the Tinder one night, dude, and I brought this girl over. Yeah, probably 299, 300. She's probably about 6 foot, between 5'8" and 6 foot. She looked like what's actually funny, because I popped and it was crazy because Justin was like, he was like, oh, I just woke up to it. I didn't, bro. I was awake the whole time. You couldn't fall asleep on this lady if you were fucking Michael Jackson, dude. If you were under. Like,
The
so
propofol.
she was wild, dude. I spit on her titties, all smacking them around and shit. But then I popped, right? She was giving me some crazy dome. She left. As I'm leaving, I hope you remember this, J-Dub. I'm opening up
Oh, I
the
do.
door, bro. And I hear like one knock, kind of knock, like a touch. I open the door and J-Dub's hands coming through the door, trying to knock on the door. And I was like, I was booked. It was like 2 a.m. and I was escorting out. What would you say she looked like? You could tell.
She was the world's strongest man. It was 100% Mark Henry.
Yeah.
You made love to Mark Henry.
Dude,
I was at somebody else's house walking home, and I was just passing his house. I was like, I'll stop by, see if they're up. I saw the light was on, and yeah, I before I even swung for the first knock, opened the door, and there she was, yo. She filled the whole doorway,
bro. And she had us step out sideways because if you remember my
The
other
screen
door, my screen door, my glass door, the glass was broken out. So
Yeah.
she had to walk through it. It was nuts. And then honestly, this is true. Ass J-Dub on her eyebrow.
She had come. I didn't
Was
notice it.
Dude,
I was
it
so
was
intimidated.
a cum drop. And it was disgusting, but that's how quick I wanted her to leave after I came. Even when you're jaying and you come and you're like, what was I thinking? Imagine that, then waking up next to the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. It was like from Deuce Bigelow. She was like, you say steak, and I was like, oh my god.
Seriously, that's hilarious.
She was a monster. All right.
We ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When was the last time you shit yourself?
Ooh. I think it might have been coming home from your house that one day, all hungover. And yeah, I called you. I think I had to turn around or something, and I called you. I was like, I just fucking shit myself. And he's like, did you shit your pants or did you shit your butt? I was like, what? And he's like, did you full on turd in your pants or just in between your butt cheeks? I was like, just in between my butt cheeks. Dude, you shit your butt. That's not shitting your pants. I shit my butt all the time.
Yeah, shitting your ass is a real thing. Like, I'll make
You just shit your butt.
Shit my butt. Yeah. Oh yeah, all that.
You don't
Well,
get any
now that I'm
actual
getting older.
yeah, you don't get any actual turd in your underwear. You just shit your butt.
Sure.
You got to clean your butt. I
Sure.
think I want to say like I've been clean at least a year of shit in the butt.
I got a fresh boy actually. I don't know if I told you
recently
this. Oh yeah, dude, mad recently, like within 2 weeks.
at home or out and about.
No, not even kidding you. So, as you know, like I've been banging a hammer, these past fucking couple months trying to help my brother, renovate
dude.
this fucking property that he's trying to rent out, investment property. Like one morning, he picks me up and, I already had went down to the coffee shop, had an espresso, had a coffee, grabbed us both coffees. I fucking already, I'm an Adderall deep prescribed by the doc, but they make you shit, dude. And I'm blasting my fucking Juul like
caffeine, amphetamine salts, nicotine.
Oh yeah.
And now you're gonna start doing squats.
So like we go to Home Depot, we have a shitload of stuff we gotta get, right? And we're looking at like fucking trim. And I'm like, all right, well, the square stuff, we're not gonna have to try to cup as hard. So I'm like trying to act like we know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I get that feeling like, oh my God, like I gotta shit right now. Right? And then like I just stand there and then it goes away. Like, comes and goes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. It's like the strongest feeling in the world. And then once it subsides, it's like, oh, I might never have to poop again.
It's wild. It is strange. But yeah, it comes on. It's like your first love, comes on strong.
Comes on strong.
And before you know it, it's gone.
It's running down your leg.
Banging a black guy. But anyway, I'm kidding. So I'm like looking at the trim. I'm like, oh my God. Blah goes by. We're walking down. Now we're at baseboards, and like I'm feeling good. Like I'm lively again. I try to fart. I fart what seemed like a normal crack. Didn't seem gooey. No nonsense kind of fart. At first I was like, I don't even think I shit my ass on this one. I think this is like a clean fart. My brother just turns to me, he's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, he was like, that dude, it smells like you shit on yourself. And I'm like, no way, dude.
No
and
way.
I take one step and I'm like, oh, I actually felt something. I'm like,
oh.
And I turn to my brother. I'm like, yo, bro, I think I might have shit my ass in a serious way. He's like, you shit your pants? I'm like, nah, dude, I just think I shit my ass. I feel something I didn't feel. So I go to the bathroom, pull down my pants.
Do you have pants or shorts on?
I have shorts on. So I have red Under Armour shorts covered in paint. I pull them down, my underwear, and they're like the thinnest basketball shorts. It sucks.
Yeah.
So like I take them off. I'm like, oh my God, there's a pile of shit. A pile of wet shit in my underwear, dude. I swear to God. So I take them off, and in my head, I was like, I'm going to throw them away. You know what I mean? And
then, that's all you can do.
A whole crew of dudes walked into the bathroom. A whole crew.
Yeah,
and
like
I
a
was
work
like,
crew.
Fuck, I can't walk out of here. Like I can hear that they're in line. Like,
and there's no trash can in the stall with you. You got to do something with the shit covered drawers. You can't flush them.
Nope. So you know what I did? I fucking wiped my ass, boop, popped it in there, and then I folded the shit underwear in paper towels.
Yeah.
And I just went boop, and I just dropped it next, like behind the toilet almost. So like whoever's cleaning up later is gonna have to grab it, but I didn't know what to do, and I walked out of there with like now feeling good about myself, dude. You know what I mean? Like my fucking little dick now's all shriveled up in the cold ass Home Depot. It's 8:30 in the morning. My fucking wiener's sitting like this.
Yeah, like just thin ass shorts, no underwear now.
It sucks.
They ride a little bit.
Kept thinking I smelled like shit. It was wild.
Just real quick, remember our friend at that restaurant shit his pants and then he flushed his underwear like an idiot because he was all hungover and it started like flooding like onto the floor. He walks out of the bathroom so calm. He goes, hey, and you're still eating. He's like, hey, we had a lot of fun. Let's get up and go right now. And we're all like, what? Come on, sit down, eat, finish your food. He's like, no, let's get up and leave right now. He's
I have a friend of mine who went to go see like Black Hawk Down with his dad in like the 7th grade and accidentally shit himself. Flushed his underwear, and then as they were leaving, there was like cones up. He flooded the shit.
Monster.
All right, Uncle Maskey, what you got? Next one, buddy boy.
How often do you buy undershirts?
Ooh. That will determine if you're a piece of shit in my life or not.
I mean, when I was single, I used to pick up fresh ones all the time from either TJ Maxx or Marshalls. But now I have a beautiful girlfriend and she does it for me. So like, I don't know.
How frequently?
I don't wear them as often as much as I used to either. But like, a fresh pack twice a year.
That's not bad.
Because I don't wear whites as prime layers. Like I know what you mean. They get dingy after certain ones too, are like useless after like 4 washes.
Yeah. I'm like quarterly at this point. Every 90 days or so.
Always white.
Nah, it depends. Like the other time I got some more beaters and I got white, black, and gray. But yeah,
'Cause
you typically just white.
I'll get the black undershirts, and obviously they last 10 times longer than the white ones because you can't. They don't get dingy
Yeah.
as long as like the collar stays. You're gravy.
But you're right. As I've gotten older, I don't wear the undershirts as much. But that used to be a thing back in the day. Like, remember,
Yeah.
like the same undershirt you'd have to wear like under your football shit last day of laundry. You'd have to like wear it to your, you know what I mean? Like yellow. Like, it sucks. Looks like someone pissed under my arm.
Oh, or the collar would rip. I had 5 brothers, so like everything would get stolen. It was my
Oh,
favorite
was the
socks.
worst.
Like I would have like a primary drawer and then like a secondary drawer for like the shit, like the shit I like needed to wear for football, like this shirt and this.
Yeah.
You get it. He gets it.
Yeah, I get it. All right, Matsky, what we got next, Big Papa Bear?
How do you prepare your oodles and noodles?
You don't have to go far. I don't eat them. Too much salt. Bad for you.
Really? You don't eat oodles
Yeah.
and noodles no more?
Nah, I never messed with them.
Your whole
never-
life?
I was never a big oodles and noodles guy. Now
Ah,
I don't like. It's just salty hot soup and
Yeah.
noodles. Like I'm not a. I like meat and cheese.
For all the super low lives out there who've been very hungry before, I'll tell you how we prepare our
I eat a lot of
oodles.
tuna, but I wasn't a hot ramen guy.
Yeah, nah,
do
tuna
you do
wasn't on Wick, dude. We
What's
didn't
your
get that.
recipe? Yeah, it was. Tuna's
so,
not on Wick.
Nah. Spam was though, surprisingly. But I do always in a microwave. You know, I break mine up now fours, boop, 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 drop the nudies in, you know, and there's no such thing as a microwave safe bowl or plate, you know, my crib growing up. Pop them motherfuckers in that joint, 4 minutes, bang, 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 take them out, drain them a little bit. This is how I used to make them when I was super poor. Throw the seasoning in, salt, pepper, you know what I mean? Then if you had a little bit of sugar,
More salt.
little
Yeah.
sprinkle of sugar on there. That motherfucker, dude, that shit was banging, dude. It was fire.
What's your
Now
favorite
I'll
flavor?
just make it the same way without the sugar.
What's the best flavor?
I'm a chicken bull.
Just regular chicken.
Yeah. I don't play with
Chicken
that rich bullshit. Now, like the hipsters, they get this shit, they think it's like fancy food.
It's
These
like ramen
motherfuckers
bars.
crack an egg in that joint and they're like, this is ramen. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's duties and duties.
There's whole ramen bars now and stuff. What do you? What's the next one?
Do you wipe back to front or front to back?
I do back to front from the beginning, but then I wrap it up with a couple front to backs. Make sure up and down, down and up.
What? So at first, you take the most poop that's in your butt and you pull it towards your ball sack.
No.
And then
no,
after
vice
that,
versa.
you start to go crazy.
Vice versa. I always go the right way at first.
So you go front to back on the initial.
Yeah. The very first one, I do it that way. Make sure it's clean that direction. And then I do
Right.
check the other direction. I do check back to front to make sure that direction's clean as well.
Interesting.
I was always thinking about this too, because no one teaches you like I don't remember being taught how to wipe. Like everyone wipes differently.
did.
It's
They
chaos
did.
in there. Like you
They
figure
taught
like,
you.
but like, yeah, somebody had to. But like all the bad drivers you see out there, like there's so many people who are bad wipers just walking around.
You want me to honest to God tell you who they are? Kids who are raised typically by single moms because they wipe back to front like pussies, like how a
I
woman
was
would
raised
wipe
by
her
a
pussy.
single mom.
No, you
I
weren't.
wipe
When you were
appropriately.
potty trained, you had a dad.
Yeah, my old man was around for potty trained. How
Yeah.
what are you, 2 when you get potty trained? 3?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I mean. Like I noticed stuff from my friends who I talked to. I said, "Oh shit, really?" Because that's how women do their pulses. Easier. Because you
No,
don't
they
want piss
don't.
in your butt, dude. You know what I'm saying?
No, vice versa. You don't want to get poop in your vagina.
No, but you also don't want to get piss in your butt. Either,
You can get
so.
piss in your butt. Piss is sterile. I mean, you don't want to, I guess.
All right, fucking Patches O'Houlihan. How sterile is piss? What do you know about piss?
Necessary. Is it necessary for me to drink my own piss? No.
Yeah,
but
I
sterile.
go. I always go honestly front to back ski. I don't. I mean, I do baby wipes though, you know. So I do get in there. I almost
I
at
worry-
the end, give it a
yeah.
little like around town kind of.
I would love to have baby wipes. I worry about the like septic. Like they will eventually clog the drain.
Nah, only if you have well water, or if you're
They
like down the shore. Trust me, I swear to God. But
know,
what
but
it
I'm
does
worried.
do, I read an article apparently it's like antibiotics. It takes like the microbes off of your butthole as you clean it too good. So you know what I mean, it doesn't. It's
Somebody
not, like,
explained it to
ready
me like
protect
if
it.
you were picking up dog poop and got poop on your hand, and I handed you a dry napkin or a wet wipe, what would you rather use to clean your hand off?
Right. It's a psychopathic move to not use something wet. That's why I haven't wiped my ass with something just dry in probably 10 years, unless I was jammed up, you know,
I would
like
like
at the Home Depot.
yeah, I would like a bidet. I'd like to. I've never even tried a bidet.
My brother's really into the bidet right now. To me,
I'd like
it's
to
how
Have
to
you
say,
tried it?
you know, a little half of enough. Yes, man. You get something
Have you ever
wet,
tried
so-
it?
Nah, dude. And I don't.
You gotta get it
I
aired
would
out
try
back
it.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we'll
gotta get
see.
hosed down.
I got
What
the
are you
wet
gonna-
wipe though. It's same shit. You know what I mean?
What you got, Matt?
When did you find out Santa was not real?
Mm.
Spoiler.
How old were you, Mike? Did
Dude, I was very young, dude.
you figure it out, or were you told?
Nah, I woke up. I was 7 years old and I woke up. And at this point, my biological parents were full-fledged into a crack, heroin addiction. Uppers, downers, you know what I mean? They did it all.
Zigzags. Yep.
They literally loved it. She was more of a downer girl. He was more of an upper girl. Made it way easier for him to beat her to feck at. I can tell you that, dude. If she could have
So
used a
easy.
little fucking
Yeah.
sniffle, something popping back then, dude. She
So
might have
easy to push around a sleepy woman.
So true. So yeah, I remember, you know, I honestly don't even really remember Christmas up until this point, which means there probably really wasn't it. We did a lot of ignoring in the
Yeah.
crib, you know, like
You'd be surprised how many holidays you can skip by keeping the kids in the house for a couple of days.
right.
Like,
The
oh,
last,
we just missed
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, like, I remember, like, there was this one bull who started coming around. This is the first time this guy named Red Dog. I might have told you about Red Dog. Started coming around. This was like my pop's homie. He was like an alcoholic, and he had a beet red face all the time, like sunburn, with like freckles, and he had red hair. And he would fucking drink 40s or Mad Dog, you know.
Yep.
Before you keep doing that combo, dude, they call you motherfucking Red Dog.
Red
you
Dog.
know? Yeah. So this guy was pretty cool. Like, he came around one fall, you know. My fucking creators or biological parents, they were schemers. You know, you link up with somebody who's got some money, you know, got to connect, whatever. So they found this guy. They're kind of, you know, leeching off him, whatever. And you know, leading up to Christmas, I remember, you know, he would get us randomly, like, payday. He was a roofer, pound of ham, pound of cheese, you know, blah blah blah. He was a good guy, real
Yeah,
fucking good guy.
show up with
So
actual food for the house.
I really like this guy, and honest to God, he never ate a thing in his life. All he ate was fucking sunflower seeds and drink beer. He was the man, dude. His stomach was fucking solid. This guy, dude, he was a good dude. So anyway, one Christmas, I come down like Christmas Eve or something, and I only really, you know, knew it was Christmas because, you know, like, I'm in South Philly, you know, everyone's lights, you know it's Christmas,
Yeah.
but like in the crib, it's not like, oh, go to bed, it's Christmas, you know.
Yeah, you don't know which day it actually is.
Right. So it's like so it's like around Christmas when I hear this conversation of like Red Dog downstairs at night, like asking my parents, like, you know, like
What'd you get them?
about Christmas. Yeah. And I'm like, listen, yo, I've never heard this. We're supposed to get shit, you know, like, this is nuts. I'm like, what's he about to pull? Are we all about to get a pound of ham and pound of cheese? Not me. So hyped.
That's all you thought.
Yeah.
You not only found out that Santa wasn't real, you also found out about Santa.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Exactly.
like, wait, you guys are getting stuff? What?
Yeah. So it was
I've-
wild, dude. I remember them talking, and you know, he was like, let me. They were like arguing. I'm like, all right, blah blah blah. And because he kept saying he saw something that one of the kids would like. It's like this guy was thinking about us, you know,
Yeah,
while he was out and
knew-
about.
Yeah.
Something different for me to hear.
He wanted
And
to.
then it was wild, dude. That morning I woke up, there was like some presents, a couple under the tree. And the John for me was, and I think this is what Bull was talking about, because the movie was out, a Mortal Kombat pinball machine, but it was like Huss kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was like this big, bro.
But like little guy where he
Yeah.
had like the legs you could post up right on the floor.
Yes.
I know what you're talking
I was like,
about.
finish him, dude. It was sick.
Dude,
So I was very hyped. But then that's when I knew, and then like the only motherfucker awake while we're opening presents is Red Dog. I'm like, why is he? Like, I just heard Bull the other night. Now he's here. Like,
come open presents with Red Dog.
With literally, bro, in the morning. I don't know what time it was. Called 9 o'clock. This motherfucker quite literally had a thing of booze wrapped in a brown bag. Like I never saw one once in my life at Christmas morning. And like you could tell, like my parents were all high. They're being nice, sipping around. But yeah.
I was 10 and I like had seen my mom, I think the year before, like with presents in her hand. She tried to like play it off and I put it together. I was like, "You're Santa, right?" She's like, "Yeah." And then the next year they told me who I thought was my father wasn't my actual father. And I was like, "What are you going to tell me when I'm 12? Because this is getting wilder every year." I was like, "No, Santa, your father's not your real father." I was like, "What's next year? This is hype. Getting older is wild."
What if next year she was just like, "Dude,
I'm
honestly,
not your mom.
Your dad's Santa." And that's the thing. He couldn't be here because he's Santa. All right. Maybe we could do one more, Matt.
Okay. Would you stop rooting for the greatest football team ever, the Philadelphia Eagles, for $180,000?
Like you can't rock a jersey or a hat no more.
You will have to despise the existence of the greatest football team of all time, or I guess greatest football organization of all time. Can't even be a Yellow Jackets fan.
It'd be hard to justify not taking it to my girlfriend. Like your little sports team, you didn't give it up for $200,000. But I like it. I got an Eagles poster I'm looking at right now on the other side of this wall. Would you do it? Would you take the 180?
Would I make it a bet, take 180 grand to not root for the fucking trash bird Eagles, who I probably saw win the only Super Bowl they ever will? Yeah, dude, I would take that 180 fucking G-Birds. I go right to the turf club. I'd pop off a quick 20-30, and then I would bet the rest of that football year against the Eagles, and I would have the best time ever winning money against them. And if I lose, money's gone. I could be a Birds fan again by the end of the fucking thing. If not, though, I'm riding it out till forever.
I mean, yeah, it's too hard. I mean, I need $180,000 more than I need to be a fan of the Eagles. Damn, that's really hard to say. I don't like that. I would probably do it. I mean, how do you not? It's hard to justify.
Especially if you're a low-life piece of shit like us, dude. Yeah, I get it. Fuck the Birds, man. What they ever do for me? What Mickey Mantle ever do for you, kid?
What football team would you pick in place of the Birds? You got to replace them with Dallas.
Who's ever winning, bro? That's what I'm doing. I'm 180 grand. I'm a professional gambler now. Call me Mickey. Forget about it, dude. I'm just tossing out money and betting spreads. I don't care. I'll take the over, whatever the fuck it is.
All right. Well, that pulls us up on our low life 20 question version.
Rapid question.
Learned a lot about each other, and it was nice to share. But we'll see you guys on the other side. We're coming up with what's next.
But where was you though?
Welcome to Where You At Though. We'll find out where each other was, when, and how we were doing in this year's 2006.
Oh shit!
Who you were, how you were, just kind of like the vibe of back in the day, just to get a better feel for each other.
I was a wild bull in 2016, bro.
2006.
Oh, 2006. That's what I meant. Man.
Yeah, right. 2006. No. Yeah, 2006. Yeah, because I would have just turned 16, and you would have been what, 11? So yeah, we're gonna do a little exploring of the past and just kind of see, where you were at back in the day and what you were into, and like, stuff I'm into now and the stuff I was into then. Some of it's embarrassing. Some of it started like a love for it. So how were you in 2006?
Where was you though? 2006, baby. What was you doing? What was you eating? What was you drinking? Who was you fucking? Where was you though? 2006. J-Dub, how old were you? Where were you?
I was 2006. I would have been 21. 21,
21.
right? Is that how old I am? 15. Yeah, I would have been 21. Yeah, so I still living in Lansdale, home of the brave, land of the free. And
You was living with mom and dad at this time? Mom and pops or just moms?
21. I think I would have just that year, later in that year, I would move out with my then girlfriend. But before that, we would move from the beautiful North Wales borough to a nice house in Hatfield, where I grew up in a house, a twin with one bathroom and like 5 boys in it. And then we all moved out. My parents bought a house that was 3 times bigger with a backyard and 3 bathrooms. And I was like, no one lives here. Why did you do this now? Why wouldn't you do this when we were children?
So typical.
Monsters.
Yeah.
What were you? So you were what, 16?
I was 16, boy. I was at this time, dude. I was fucking Mickey Emos, bro. I was like the skinniest of jeans, band t-shirts. I had a lip piercing, bro.
Oh shit. So that was when that was popular. Cause see, I would have been 2 years out of high school, and like maybe my senior year, you were starting to see just a few like because freshmen for us would have been 10th grade in that high school, just starting to see skinny pants. Like they were still being made fun of for sure. Like it was not an acceptable thing before I had left high school.
Yeah, so mostly like when, for most of my college or high school career, like only like the hacky sack kids were really fucking with the pants. And then like this hardcore, like kind of like emo screamo thing came around. And me and my boys were just like, fuck it. Like I remember like I had one of the first pairs and walked in as like a cool athlete kid with them on, and like this tiny ass shirt on. I was
The crossbreed, the first.
ripped. I was looking good and shit. I was trimmed out 174. Fuck you mean, dude? Looking good. Man.
Did you have the studded belt?
Oh yeah, studded belt. I wore a studded belt almost up until 18, 19, where my buddy's fucking Marco's dad was like, "Hey motherfucker, these fucking gay ass belts are scratching up all the cars. Throw them the fuck out." And he literally made us throw them in the burn bucket.
Oh, like leaning up against the car, smoking cigarettes and scratching.
And like taking like emo pics, like. Yeah.
What kind of hairstyle did you have?
Oh, dude, the biggest hair. I won like best hair in high school. My hair was like this big fucking like
poof.
It was like, like the scene kid. That's pretty sure that's where it was.
You had
like
a scene kid haircut?
That was me, dude.
Fuck
I had the big ass swoop, dude. That shit was awesome.
Shit. I worked in the cold storage facility, so it was -20. Back then,
you were already on your man shit, like hating the world.
I was starting to move to Norristown, so I used to rock this beard, but let it get bigger, shave the bottom, just a little strip, and then I hated having a mustache, so I would like 1 or like 0 my mustache. I looked like Abraham. I would walk around looking like Abraham Lincoln. It was ridiculous. No, imagine this with no, like barely any mustache, like a stubble mustache with this thick of a beard. I look like an Amish person.
The Puerto Rican Bulls were giving you cuts in Norristown. A guy named Blaze cut your whole shit off, and you just had a fucking.
Oh, when they used to give me when they would give me a fade, I have a little widow's peak, right? It's not that big. They would cut it, right, and line it up without it. So then in 2 days, the widow peak grows back, and then I'm sitting there with a big razor shaving my widow's peak. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I remember when I went to the natural hairline after that. Yeah, they did that to me for a while too. Yeah. I looked like Eminem. I was like, spaghetti. I was like a jerk.
I don't need this, yo.
But yeah, dude. All right. What was your favorite 21? What's banging in your boombox on your iPod? I guess maybe.
Yeah, like 2006. Like because I'm still listening to like, Eminem's still probably popular.
I was in way was so Eminem I didn't popular in 2006.
Yeah. He's still making like he was like starting to get on like remember he started singing like Triumph the Cowardly Dog or something weird, that like weird high pitched thing he was doing for like that whole album, like Rehab or something.
You listened, you were,
but I was probably,
like, I know.
I didn't like that album. I thought it was terrible, but that's like what came, like the little.
Yeah, what were you listening to?
Like the Drought probably came out around.
I was gonna say I was bumping the Drought 3, Jay.
I was probably still into like System of a Down. I really like them. They probably put out like Memorize or Hypnotize around then. Album was all right. And what else was I into? That's like crazy. Techno was starting to get kind of, or techno, like it wasn't dubstep. They're not dubstep. What's the one that like Skrillex makes? I can't think of it. Is that dubstep?
See,
that
I
having-
was listening to that guy in 2006, and his name was
Yeah.
Sonny, and
Yeah.
he was a part of a band called, dude, trust me when I
He was
say
in a
it,
hardcore band. What was the name of that
Yeah.
band? I forget.
fucking
But like dubstep hadn't come out yet, but like techno was starting to like be like more popular, I think, right around then. Because my buddy was a DJ as well too. So like he listened to like all the like mainstream stuff and like the gutter rap music.
I never even heard of that shit then. Yeah, I was listening to like, and Sonny's band was From First to Last. Like, I was listening to them in like Thursday, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
Chiodos, and then like Lil Wayne, and what was out then, like fucking
like
Young Jock might have been on the radio, but I wasn't listening to it. But yeah, I was like on my like scene kid shit then, but I did still listen to rap. I love rap still always. That's back when I was like rapping bars. Gucci Mane, my famous
Gucci.
Gucci Mane Mike verse dropped. First time I ever drank syrup.
Scissor.
Chased it with a bottle of Calico, and I remember the verse. You hear it? They
Yeah,
call me
spit it.
Juicy Man Mike, and I am nice. Hit for the cycle like a bike. I'm always right. I'm never wrong. Something's wrong. It was trash, but that was like I remember.
Oh, dude, back 2001, I was probably getting hammered at bars and drunk outside, freestyling aggressively,
Mhm.
thinking you're nice and just mumbling, hammered.
That was like when I was just talking about 4.5s and I was running from the cops. 16, like 06 was a wild year for me, actually. A lot of shit happened to me in 06. Sophomore, I had like a super hot girlfriend, like hottest chick in the school. Senior, banging her brains out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I was a fucking Jedi with the chicks when I was a kid. I like just got my braces off.
You loved high school.
Yeah, dude, I did love high school. I was like really cool. I peaked early, bro. I have some friends who peaked during like the hand job era, but I peaked towards like the sucky fucky time. It was lit, Connor. All right.
Nice. What also happened in 2006? Casino Royale came out. What other movies?
Is that the Daniel Craig boy?
Yeah, Departed came out. Give you like a reference to
shit.
Prestige. 300 came out that
The
year.
Departed. Okay.
Yeah,
I remember I got
Departed came
300 on a
out.
burn. Sucked. It was so dark.
And,
I still would pause it to jerk off to ended up being Cersei from Game of Thrones tits.
Oh, is that her? She's in that?
Pretty sure.
Dude, she's awesome.
She's awesome.
Tailgated
You are
Nights came out
correct.
that year.
Actress name is Lena Headey.
Lena Headey, yeah, dude. I was Jay and Shame all over that lady years before it was popular.
Oh, 2001. So like we had smartphones. Like we didn't.
2006. Boy, not
there's no-
one.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah, so we're not. There's no smart because 21.
I was
think I
a
had a-
sophomore in high school.
I might have still had like a Sony Ericsson. Like I don't think I had an iPhone.
Nah, I had a Samsung Flip.
Yeah, they were still flipped because I remember like driving because I just turned 21. Like I remember driving to AC with like MapQuest directions.
Actually, I'm lying. I had a push up.
The Pop Boy.
Similar to like the one
Sidekick.
BlackBerry or Sidekick this was slide up.
Okay,
Samsung.
I had the like vertical slide up.
Same.
like
That's
a-
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like not sideways, like long ways. It would pop slide right up. It was that
Like this.
Sony Ericsson. Yeah, it was cool.
Ooh, we might have had the same boy.
It kind of looked like the Matrix, John, but not really. Remember the Nextel beep beep?
Oh yeah, all my friends had those blue collar guys. My dad was like, "What do you need those for?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude.
It'd
What do
be
you
cool.
you
Walkie
fucking-"
talkie your friends.
Yeah,
I wanted one so bad.
same. They were so husk though. I'm happy.
I know. They had like the yellow, like the construction worker one. I just
Who's
wanted
your
the
crush?
walkie-talkie. Back
06.
so-
You were 21. Who'd you
yeah,
love?
I'm 21. I'm just going to bars, and then I eventually actually get a girlfriend that year, and we move in together.
Where you meet her? The
I
bar.
met her at a New Year's Eve party.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
I
from there,
never-
began to
Only
tumultuous-
girls I ever met at New Year's Eve party. One girl I fucking skull fucked. Death. This is the ball drop.
That's a one way to start the year.
Yeah, I never met anybody who I loved. One time, me and my buddy actually got two Jew broads, brought them to some hotel at like a New Year's Eve, because like up here was like the the Christmas New Year's Eve John, and down here was like the Jew one. And by Jew I mean Jewish. Don't mean to be offensive here, but you know what I mean. It was like this club, and like my buddy and I go up there, and like we walk in. Dude, you walk into like a little Jewish get together as two fucking Italian American men, a little German hint. Kill it. We shut it down, dude. Brought these two Jones back. It was awesome. To a hotel room. I remember I spent like $250, but we switched. Oh, baby. First time I
Change places.
in that Dredo. That's what I made up pay. It was cool.
Yeah, I never ran a train. Never liked to travel by train.
I didn't care. I'm a filthy fucking piece of shit, dude. My parents were wolves. Yeah, I actually had a girl then. I was very like in love at this time in my life. I was just listening to like Circa Survive, you know, and just like really fucking in love with a girl.
I was like, yeah, getting into that, like, because I was working second shift, like the get done work, go to a bar, get up in the morning, go to work, like getting into like that routine.
That's a
being, like,
wild exchange. Yeah.
especially
dude.
at like 21 too, because I went from straight living with my parents to living with a girl. Like I didn't live with dudes first. I moved right in with a girl. So like everything was different.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's like what I live with my mom now and I can fuck her or something like that. You know?
Finally.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
All right,
man.
dude. That's a pretty good summer in 2006. I mean, we went through the music, right? Oh, what were you wearing on your feet 2006, Jack?
2006. Oh, so I had a pair. I probably
21? You just
I wonder
making
if
some
those
money.
came out by then. Jordan 4, Son of Mars. They had a little picture of Mars Blackman, the Spike Lee character on the side. I might have got those right around then. They were the best, most comfortable shoes I had. I wore them to death, till they literally fell apart. Yeah, I wonder if they came out in 2006. They came out right around there. I love those shoes. They're red, white, and they're Jordan 4s. Beautiful, beautiful sneaker. That's actually when I first started getting into sneakers. Like I wasn't a big sneakerhead as a kid. Like the Boys and Girls Club had that program where you could work and get a pair of sneakers. So like then I would get a nice pair, but like after that, like once the Boys and Girls Club stopped buying me sneakers, I like just wore shit until I like actually got a job.
Sure. Yeah. No, I
And
feel
collected all the sneakers I couldn't buy when I was a kid.
that. So how it worked in my adoptive family, like you got one pair of sneaks to
Like at the beginning of the school year. Yeah.
Right. So what was cool was this summer, 2006, was actually a weird summer because I went back to Virginia with my Aunt Judy, who like took me out of the group home and shit. We'll get to it eventually, but she's like my biological family. She was getting older and stuff. She wanted to see us, like we've been away from her for years now. I got adopted when I was 12, and I haven't really seen her since. So we go back for the summer, and at this point I'm really into football. I am in the drinking. I just started smoking pot a little bit, the year before, but I'm like all by myself, so like every day I'm running, like I'm exercising, and I get like this computer. It's like you can have the laptop for the summer. So I was like just crushing on AIM,
Oh,
like,
man.
talking to the biddy. Yeah, right. This is where I bagged the bad bitch, just those late nights. Just like, hey, dude, I'm a mysterious orphan. How you
I remember
doing?
so much pressure trying to write something witty or something funny.
Oh, I lived for those
thank
moments,
God.
dude. That was my thing, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that summer I worked for her all summer. She was like, "Yeah, you do tours here all summer. I'll give you a little paycheck to take home with you. And I'll take you shopping." Like, nice. So I did that. Before we left, we went to some store. And I remembered, bro. I picked out these pair of Nikes. They were my first ever pair of Air Maxes, and they were green and yellow.
Which one?
But, like,
you remember which
earth
Air
tone,
Maxes?
I
95s,
do not.
97s?
I do not. But they were like the older ones. They were sick, dude. They were like a throwback John, like green and like, yellow, but it was like Packers green and yellow. Like it
Ooh,
wasn't
that's a
shiny.
good color combo. Yeah.
Bro, it was sick. So then I went home and, my mom's like, hey, school shoes, what do you want? So I didn't, stray off the path too much because I was a skate shoe guy up until here. So I went and I got a pair of Vans. Then I went home or whatever. Maya asked me what kind of shoes I got. So I'm pretty sure I got Vans, but I think I was still on like the fat toe shoes at that point.
fat,
at least in the
D-
beginning. Yeah, like
DVS shoes.
I got a pair like a DVS's or Globes or something. But I remember that summer I got like the first pair of slip-on white Vans with no laces and like
with, like, the
it's a
checkers?
mod for that. Nah, just straight white.
I
Straight
had
white
sli-
ski.
I had slip-on and one sneakers that didn't have laces.
Yeah,
they
me
were
too, I
silver.
think, actually. Yeah, you're a corny bull.
They were
All right,
clean.
well, that's pretty good. Where was you though? Where was you though? First edition 2006. We dipped in, we dipped the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? Got to know what we were
Little in,
doing.
little out.
But all right,
That's
guys,
that 06.
wrap this motherfucker up and we'll see you on the other side. Low Life Chronicles, baby.
This is the Low Life Chronicles. Arr.
All right, let's get into the Low Life Chronicles. We're gonna do a little story time. Just get a feel for how life goes and the whole adventure of your parents being a drug addict, taking into child protective services, putting up for adoption, going through court hearings, experiencing a foster home, then being adopted by an actual family, moving into a new neighborhood, and having your family and siblings being split up or even brought with you at times.
Or
Whatever that's
or-
like.
being born into a family where the dad you've always known adopts you and he's your dad until a while you find out he's not your dad. Then he leaves and then it's like, do I have a dad? Is he your dad? Is he other dad? Then that dad has kids and your mom goes on to another guy, has some fucking kids, and they're all supposed to be your brothers, but we don't even know if that's still your dad. Those are both of our lives real quick in a nutshell. Oh, I'm in a nutshell. Help me, I've came out of this nutshell.
Yeah. It's so stupid. Part of the movie comes out of nowhere and it's so stupid. How did I get in this nutshell?
We're going to
Yeah.
be talking about ourselves.
It's the
which
best,
is so
best part of
typical.
the show.
Ask our girlfriends. They'll tell you all about it. All right, J-Dub, what you want to get into this week on the Low Life Prawns, baby boy?
So I think like what a lot of people would have questions about and what I have questions about is that whole process of like, how does it go down? What is it like to be taken in by the man and told that you can't live with your parents anymore? Like, how do you find out? How do they tell you? I want to know, like, because I know you were on the run, right?
Yeah.
You knew it was coming to an end. They snitched, the mob, the RICO was enacted, they were rounding everybody up. So like you knew it was over, right?
Oh, yeah. It was over long before I knew. It was fucking over.
The end was
saying?
so
But yeah.
you're like, how old are you? You're like 9, 11? What are you?
So at this point in time, I am right about to be 11 years old. 10.
Yeah.
It's the winter. I'm sorry. I just turned 10.
Okay.
Winter
yeah.
happened. I turned 10. All right. And, in the spring, beginning of spring. So just a little recap here. Justin's asking me because I'm an adopted person, as he was. Don't forget, Justin was also adopted. But
So
in a
different type. I never considered it. I mean, if you get technical, yes, I was
'cause
adopted. There was paperwork
it's
filled out.
difficult to think about it. Yeah, but I
is.
was given up for adoption. You were,
Taken in for adoption.
taken in for adoption, which there is a difference there.
It is. Somebody had to sign up for it.
Right. Yeah. For me, they were just like, get him the fuck out of here.
Take this thing.
Right. So yeah, I'm 10 years old. Grew up on the streets, and this is 90s Philadelphia. I'm from a Italian American family. Grandparents came over here on the boat, Jack. They were into like fucking cigarette smuggling, like before they had their papers. My creator / biological father, who you guys realize, I'll call him the creator. The guy who, offers to adopt you, that's dad. Other guy, sperm donor, right? Creator.
There you go. That
So
works.
yeah, shit's happening. They're junkies. Mom and dad junkies. Mom's a fucking tootie tootski, which is short for prostitute, or how they like to say today, sex worker. But she was a toot. She was tooted out, bro. Anyway, he didn't
we'll
really
get-
have a job. He said he was a roofer, but really he just stole pools.
So
I
at the time, though, like right there towards the end. So he's obviously, those are your parents. You're
Right. I just had to say that before this story. So
I was gonna. Yeah. So they're gonna.
yeah.
Are they both weren't living there, right? Just one
Nah,
was at the
so
house.
at this point, you know, my mom would just disappear for mad times, usually come back pregnant, which was nuts. Like she would dip off for a minute. So this is one of her breaks from the family. Pops was a nutbag. And yeah, just one day, bro, it was funny because I come back to the house one day and my, you know, brothers and sisters aren't there. You know, which is strange to me. And I didn't ever went in the front door. I go up the drain pipe. Because if you went up the drain pipe, you didn't have to see angry, withdrawn dad on the front fucking couch. It was like, remember that game, Don't Wake Daddy?
Yeah, remember that?
But instead of a buzzer, you would just get beat to shit.
Don't
You know?
withdraw.
Right. And like smothered under a blanket. So, you know, I climb up this pipe and I'm thinking, what the fuck?
So no kids are there. Well, so how many are underneath you in that house?
Where are the kids, dude? There's a brother, twins, brother and a sister, another sister, about a year or two under that, and then a baby brother who's a baby, who is not
So
my full
yeah.
brother.
so
But-
there's 4 of them underneath. They're all gone. You're the last one. You're the last
Yeah.
of the Mohicans.
Last of the Mohicans, I creep up here. It's probably like 10:30 at night. You know, I'm off doing my shit. I had this little Cambodian shorty, like in Chinatown. You know, so I ride my bike over there. Her parents would feed me. You know, they give me these fucking quail eggs and rice. I would eat the rice and be out. But yeah. So I remember I was at her crib, like left. You know, I climb up the spout, whatever. Wasn't there, and I crept down the steps. You know, because that was a move. Because there was another baby crib downstairs, like the playpen.
Yeah.
Make
So
sure
you're thinking
they're not
maybe-
in there.
Yeah, maybe she's down there.
I'm like, what the fuck? You know, nobody's down there, baby. And then I just hear like some music, and I'll never forget the song. It was Black Sabbath. I'll never forget the song, dude. It was this song. I think it's called Electric Funeral, maybe, but it's like one of their old cuts, and it's like, what you gonna do? Bow, down, down. When time gets up with you, bow, down, down, down. Now you make your turn. Bow. It's nuts. It's about doing
Yeah.
heroin in Vietnam. Like that's what I've learned since then. You
Yeah.
know, there's no return. Bow, down. And I'm like, it's like
So-
weird. It's eerie.
He knows
know?
it's over. Like he's like, oh, the kids got. So do you know how it went? Like, the other kids did they go to school or were they at the house? Do you know where they
So-
got taken from?
So I'm walking down the steps. True story. This is an end of the road.
And they were there
song.
that morning, right? They're there that
Yeah,
morning. Like
I
some of them
left,
went to school
they're
too. or-
gone.
Yeah.
I come down the steps, and like the lights were all off in like the kitchen and living room, and like in the back. Now, mind you, like my parents didn't buy this house. Like my aunt gave us this house when she got a new one. You know, supposed to be renting it to us. So in
Yeah.
the back, there's like a little bar area. It's pretty cool actually. There's like a half bath back there, you know. There's like a purple light. There's like the bar light, you know. Pops is back there. I walk back, I'm like, yo. He's getting ripped, dude. He fucking comes up from a line. He's drinking Heineken, smoking a cig. I'm like, what's the deal, bro? He's
Where
like,
where are your children?
Yeah, he's like, your mom's gone, and they took the kids. I'm like, who
Now, how did that? Like, yeah, do you know? Like, it was. I guess you get people just report on you, and then eventually Child Protective Services
For
stop by
years they've been
multiple
reporting
times.
us. They'd
Yeah.
just come by us knocking on the door. We'd ignore them, hide. We saw the white PHS van, we would hide. Like there was like
And-
a fucking, you know, we knew what to do when we saw.
I was
that.
gonna say, so you've interacted with Child Protective Services before this point.
Oh yeah, my dad used to tell me, go suck a dick.
They
we're
would come to the
fine.
house. They would try and talk to you.
Yeah,
They would ever get an actual interview with you, or no?
many times they picked me up because I was always never at or not always never because I was never at school. They picked me up a couple times, like when we
For,
get busted stealing or you know at the store, you always get pulled
Truancy.
aside, truancy, the whole thing. You know, and then I just ended up telling them, you know, suck my dick or whatever. This is what's
Yeah,
crazy about
It's
kids.
whatever your
is, like,
dad said. Yeah.
right, you get brainwashed into thinking like, dude, whatever happening, here is like fine. Like I thought it was fine, bro. I literally didn't like. I knew some shit was fucked up when we would get beat up and shit, and like we didn't eat a lot. But like there was something about, and I think it was like the Italian thing he brought into it. You know, there's something about he made this family connection. So it was hard. You know, it was very strange. It really was very. And even today, as I talk to my fucking therapist, it's a mind-boggling thing.
So
you know?
yeah, I mean, it's a lot to put on a child. It's a lot to even understand and process as it's happening. You're like, where are the kids? Like, you don't know. Like, did they go to jail?
Right.
So that's what you ask him. He's downstairs. He's doing lines. He's drinking Heineken. He's listening to Black Sabbath. You're like, where are your children?
He is ripping lines, and I'll tell you how I know. When he would rip, he would tie his hair back. When he would just hit a, cagy, as he was like playing drums or something, he wouldn't. But when he was ripping, he would get it out of his face because it just got too annoying every time he went to hit the bag, And this is things I just like later in life as I experience, like,
put it together.
The best way to hit a bag, it's like you would want nothing in your face.
You want your hair tied up. That's why I used to do it.
Yeah.
So what's this guy's answer?
So he's like, your mom's not here. They took the kids. I'm like, who took the kids? He's like, DHS. Like, all right, well, what do we do? Are we getting them back? And he was like, give me this look, ripped the fucking gagger, dude. He's like, yeah, there's no return. He's fucking banging out, dude. He's whacked the fuck out, Jack.
I'm telling a fucking night, yo.
My man is jacked up, but he starts being nice. He's like, why don't you sit down? Whatever, let's hang out. He must have knew, bro.
Well, because they're gonna, obviously you weren't home. So whenever they did come, they probably came like after school.
Right. And this was late now, exactly. So I remember he cracked a beer, put a fresh Heine right next to mine, or right next to his. And I'm like drinking this beer, which actually like isn't my first beer. So like I'm just drinking this beer with Bull. He's like ripping them up, and he parties all night, all fucking night.
Does he tell you like where
get him shit?
Yeah. Does he say he's gonna try and get him back, or he's just resigned to the fact of like this is probably the end of this?
When I first asked him, no. After the next line, then he had like a whole plan.
A whole explanation of how this is going to return. So like you're going to school the next day, right?
So at this point, like I wasn't really going to school regularly, actually. And I remember that night, like
is there any strategy from him as far as like not getting you picked up, or like is he resound to the fact that eventually they're going to get you too? Because they're like once they put in a claim of like we're taking your kids, like I assume, I don't know how this goes down, like they try and find you like every day or
So honestly, that's a really good question because like we talked about it that whole night. And he was like, tomorrow you're gonna come with me and blah blah blah. He had this whole plan to not
have you get taken in, because once you're taken in,
right. I woke up, bro, and I'm not joking, like my stomach was growling. Like usually I would spend that nighttime, like when Bull would be
passed out.
Yeah, I would be out, scavenging. But this night was different. I came home to see if the kids were there, and they weren't. So it's like I didn't go back out. Like, I didn't check in. It was just strange. So I just stayed in this back room and just like watched Bull get fucked up and drank a couple beers with him. I swear to God,
I know it's fucking crazy. Like that's what he did that day. Like, well, it happens. I got 4 out of 5.
That's how he handled his kids. Yeah, getting taken. It's like, and his girl's out there. He's like, well, I mean, come on, I gotta get high and drunk to this.
Yeah, mom's gone. 4 out of 5 are gone. Fuck it.
Right, dude. So, next day I woke up, my man was passed out on the couch, and I'm shaking him. Yo, bro, the plan, son. Remember this plan, bro? We gotta get up and gotta get out, dude. You said they're coming.
You said you're gonna take me somewhere, and I'm hungry.
Bro, he's dead. Not like dead, but he's just snoring.
Dead to the world.
He's knocked the fuck out. He probably, because I probably fell asleep before him. He's doing blow. He's probably up till like 30 seconds ago. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
He
Like,
just fell asleep.
probably. And like, so I'm like, fuck it, he's sleeping. I'm gonna go into school, get something to eat. That's what I would do. Like if I was starving, like I would just go to school because they would just give you free lunch.
So there is no food in the house, but school has food and you
Bro,
get free lunch.
Not even no food in the house, but like at this point, probably just electricity.
It's not even condiments, no ketchup.
I just
nothing.
mean like no water on.
Oh,
no
just
gas, just electricity. And the only reason I think that is because like I remember that light,
the
and
heat.
music.
Oh
So I'm
yeah,
like, there must have been those two things on.
yeah. Probably, you know what I mean. They won't turn the electricity off on you because there's kids in the house. They don't want the.
There was like a
The heat.
mandate at one
Yeah.
point in Philly. You know, I remember that, like when the heat came back on, because we had to like put shit in the windows. It was wild.
Like we're getting heat today.
Yeah, it was like fuck them. You know, like here we go. Dude. We were sweating in that motherfucker, bro.
They crank it the first day. They're like, "We got heat."
Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
So
man.
so
we
yeah,
go to school to get
I go to
because we're
school.
starving.
I go into the class like, you know, it's a little late in the day, so it's like, you know, in the morning, like they give you the fucking tickets for free lunch. So you check in, you know,
And
like,
you get your lunch ticket when you like check in at school in the morning.
exactly. So like I remember I checked in, whatever, got the ticket. And I think I woke up actually because it actually wasn't too late because I remember I woke up like in that room, like on the small like chair. And I was like, fuck, dude, like, damn, what time is it? I'm like, oh my God, I'm hungry as shit.
You're like
this
not-
not gonna be
yeah.
up for 6 hours. Like, I gotta go eat something, bro.
You're 10 with your first hangover.
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, so
I gotta go to the office, get lunch.
literally. So like I go, they give me my ticket, and then like at the end of that class, like I get called, like the teacher gets a phone call, right? And she's like, hey, you know, Mickey, would you mind hanging out for a bit after? And I'm like, the fuck you gotta say to me? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I hang, and she's like, and everyone's getting released to lunch. It's like the first lunch, like the 10:30 lunch, you know?
Yep.
She's like, no, hey, you've been called down to the office if someone wants to see you. And I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go right away. You know?
It's child's, but yeah, you know who it is.
I
too.
know, bro. It's
Yeah.
the fucking dog nappers. So I go right to the cafeteria, Jack. I am never this late to the cafeteria. I'm the first one out that motherfucking door, bro. Because like there's way more kids who get fucking free lunch than who pack.
Yeah, but on top of that, the last meal you ate was
I just-
probably lunch the day before.
And I was always starving, exactly when
Yeah.
I went. You know, so like I remember rolling in there and like I'm way far back. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, even if I stand here and I don't show up to the office, they're gonna come down.
Right. They're gonna
And
find
I
me.
still won't have got my shit.
And I gotta eat before I get taken in.
Right. So I had this friend, right? It was this black kid named Kyrie. He was like, dude, one of my best friends. He lived a few blocks away from me. He had this weird thing like on his pinky. It was like a nub, like a half an inch, like it was another pinky.
Ooh.
You
Like it
know,
was gonna
like in
be
the
another
womb.
finger, but it didn't.
Yeah. And that was like the myth behind him, and everyone thought he was a weirdo. But me, I'm like, dude, I think that's a fucking really cool thing. You got another finger, dude. I wish I had another finger. I wish I had one more of anything. Really.
I wish I had 2 meals.
Right. So I remember like he would always pack. He had like good parents, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he had like a peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, yo, I'll give you a lunch ticket. And there was the hot ham and cheeses on the croissants that my boy
Ooh.
Kyrie loved, bro. And they had them. He's like, say no more, bro. PB&J, right? Fuck that John, walked right out of the cafeteria. Because the only thing that people at the cafeteria doors would check for is you bring food out. Didn't matter if you walked out as long as you had food in your hand.
They just
Like-
and back then, like you just left school. You would
Bro,
just walk out
I
and
did
just leave.
almost every single day. Like I always did. Like,
Imagine that, you know what I mean, though, that now, just a 10-year-old kid just walks out of elementary school and walks home like, see you guys, I'm leaving.
oh yeah, dude, are you kidding me? They would like call the police. So I like I remember walking out and like this day there was like hall monitors. These fucking kids, you know, it's always the Irish kids who were telling on everybody.
But little fair-skinned kids. with their-
Yeah, these
they'd have the
pale
cross.
fucko kids, you know.
We had.
I remember I'm
yeah.
talking to this kid. I'm like, blah, blah, yeah, you know, he's bitching. He's like, come on. He's like trying to get me to go back on the note. And he like grabs me by my collar and he like starts to like try to walk. He's like older. And I remember like pushing his elbow up, like trying to fucking kill his elbow, dude. I try to break his arm off, Jack.
You're trying to do your best to like fight them off.
Yeah, it did nothing. But he ended up like lightening his grip and he's like, I don't fucking care, dude. You know, like he was like, dude, chill. Like, doesn't mean this much to me. You know, I'm like fighting for my life.
Yeah, because you don't want to get taken.
I run out that motherfucker, dude. Run out, bang a right. And my quick thing was I'd hide right behind the schoolyard. They would think I'd be out, but I would hide right there on the left. So I had to catch my breath, dude. Like, I only have one eye, dude. I'm Mickey Wonky eyes this time. You know, I have a completely dead eye. I have a blind side the size of fucking 76. You know, I can't see shit over here.
And all you've had to eat is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the last 24 hours.
So that's what I do. I try to open up my shit to eat it. You know, I like walk around the thing. I like remember pulling out my shit. And my house was close to the school, like literally across the street, bro. I can take you there. There's a Mexican family there of like 14. Now I went when I moved back to South Philly. Really,
You just go look at the old house.
there's very many of them, but I didn't care, you know, whatever. So I look across the street and there's like 2 DHS vans in a cop car.
Dun dun dun.
Interesting.
This is like midday, right?
Yeah,
This is probably
in the
right
morning,
around
just like
lunchtime.
it's like 11:30 probably.
Yeah. So you're gonna go back home, but you see the 2 vans and a cop car waiting for you. Because they're probably asking him, like, where's your kid? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And they probably are like, he never showed up to the office. You eat your peanut butter jelly sandwich. They pull up to your house. They're like, where's your kid? He's like, I don't know. It's like, dude, you got to know where your kid is. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a law.
So I camp out, bro.
You're just watching from like a block away, 2 blocks away.
Mickey Long games, Jack. Absolutely. So I circle the block. I go around the other side. So if they're looking at the school, they're not going to see me. Come out when it's dismissed, whatever, you know. I was a pretty smart fucking kid. So I go on the other side. I'm watching, right? I'm watching. School lets out eventually. The one van pulls away. Cop car pulls away. I think I'm good. It's probably like 4:00.
Yeah. So you've waited out the afternoon.
And it's like
The cops are
very
like, all right, we'll
cold
come get him
outside.
tomorrow. Yeah.
It's,
It's
bro,
December.
It's really cold. It actually might have been a little later because like at the end of this, the sun was going down. So you think December.
Yeah, it's getting dark by 4 or 5 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Dude. So it was in that time, you know.
Yeah. And I'm sure you don't have like a good coat on.
Nah, bro, I actually had a fucking Mighty Ducks starter pullover zip up, John, but I got it secondhand, so there was no foam in the inside.
Yeah, it was
all
already like
hollowed out the steel, and there was just 2 big slits. And it was just used for packing meats when we went to the grocery store. Like it was just a fugazi jacket, you know what I'm saying, dude?
He rigged it like a spy jacket so you could fit ground beef inside of it.
There was nothing in that, John. It was the dope purple and green fucking.
Yeah, that logo was kind of cool. It was the duck-shaped hockey mask with the sticks behind it.
It was tough, and this was the time I was like watching the cartoon when they made it. It was sick to me. Like I really liked it actually. So I'm sitting there freezing, bro.
Yeah, you finally are like, all right, I can
down.
go. Yeah.
I start walking up. And like where I'm positioned, because I'm like on the same side as the house, you know, I start walking up, whatever. And I see there was still one cop car there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm like, there's no way. You know, like I saw everybody leave. Like it was like 2 things down. Like whatever. I walk up. Out of the car steps a cop.
dun dun dun, like a regular plain clothes or like just a regular car,
Fucking
like
yeah.
undercover.
I
Yeah.
thought it might have just been still there, bro. I just was so cold. I'm
Because
like,
that's
sitting here so
probably
long.
yeah, exactly. And your kid, and they're probably just like, we'll wait here because like if your kid doesn't come home, then like you need to follow a missing like persons act. Like
Right.
they came the day before for you, you weren't there. They're like, this is the second day in a row. Like where is this kid?
And when I first came out, I forgot to say this. I saw my pops in handcuffs sitting on the curb.
Oh, they took
So, like,
him.
Right. And then I went around the corner, right? And he wasn't there, and there was just one cop car. So I just thought they escorted him and they left.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get back in here. So I go like to around the house to climb up the pipe.
Yeah.
Like I always did. Cop gets out of the car, and like is like, hey, what are you doing? Blah 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 blah. And then, dude, I'm not even kidding. Like from inside, like the door opens, front door, and I'm like,
Yeah.
a cop walks out of the front door with my pops in handcuffs, and he comes out and he hits like the screen door, and he's like, Mickey, run, 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 run. I'm like halfway up the pipe, So I'm like, fuck. So I slide down. I scraped all the skin from here to here off, slide down the pipe, and we just start running, dude. He's running like a fucking chicken with his
He
hands
takes off
behind his
running
back.
with his hands. So what are they arresting him for? For like child endangerment?
100%, dude. So same thing, right? Chases me, chases me, chases me. He's running. They catch him. They put him down. He's
Yeah, they
screaming,
get
crying.
him. He's got his hands
They
behind his
get
back.
me. They tackle me to the ground. I am 10 years old. They tie my hands back so high. Like I've been arrested, with normal handcuffs. These motherfuckers made it hurt. Put my
It
hand.
hurt.
You know how you can put your wrist high.
Yeah.
And they did a what do you call it? Zip tie. Zip tie me like a fucking pig, Jack. So I'm fucking oinking all over the ground, like cross-eyed in my rat tail, bopping, bipping, and bopping around fucking Wolf Street. Then they get me. They put me in the fucking van, DHS van. It smelled like absolute shit.
Ugh.
Come to find out later, some kid was throwing up in it because he never been in a car before. He was car sick on the way to the fucking group home.
So you're in there. The old man gets taken with the police.
Old
right?
man gets put back on the curb. He's screaming and crying. And listen, this is how I knew. Like, he never woke up in the morning with no drugs. Like if he had something the night before, he would say he was high. I knew
Yeah.
he was high by the way he was talking, the way he was speeding, whatever. Give me one more conversation with my boy. I'm like, what, dude? The fuck is this? Now you want to? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now.
He like comes up to the window, dude, with a water bottle. Like he must have been smoking so many rocks that day, like that he was so thirsty, dude. Or maybe I guess he was hungover from the night before, like he's doing all that flow and
Yeah.
whatever.
The
He gives
cops
me like
probably
this
gave it
water
to him.
bottle.
Yeah.
It's like dumb. It's like a P&G, like gas company water bottle. It means nothing. Like the things like chewed on.
Like he
what I
wanted
mean?
you to take. He gave it to you to take it with you. Like, remember me by this fucking water bottle.
Yes, dude. Through the window. Just let me get my sword. Comes over and he gives me this thing. I'm like, great, dude. And I'm like, cheers, pops. See you never, dude. It's some banging spigot water, dude.
What am I supposed
man.
to do with this
Thank you
thing?
very much, dude.
All of my family memories are inside of this Sunoco water bottle, and I want you to have it. I love you, Boppy.
Exactly, dude. And you know what's crazy? Like, bro, it took me
Mouth
weeks
all white in the corner.
to let those motherfuckers in the group home make me throw that shit out. I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, say what you will. Deep down, you probably love.
I
that
held
fucking
on to that
bottle.
joint for a minute, bro.
Fucking
It was
sad
like my
story of
favorite
a-
thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's my dad's shit, bro. It's
I
the
need
last
this.
of his juice in here, man.
Damn, that shit's wild. So they lock you up and they take you straight to a foster home and they delouse you and feed you, or what? Is it good? Is it fun?
Nah. They took me to the doctors, but we might have to save that for the next one.
Yeah.
Maddie gave us the 5-minute warning here, but
Yeah,
Hey,
trust me.
dude.
That's the beginning of the end. And
we'll have plenty of time to
just the
discuss
beginning.
this, dude. But yeah, dude, this is the Low Life podcast. I'm a
Yeah.
fucking low life, and I'm trying my best not to be. I know my buddy over here is a best friend of mine. He's a pretty big piece of shit, kind of on the
Just
low.
a
He's trying his best.
real-
A lot of it's not his fault, dude. You know, we're
We got a
we were
trauma
raised
bond.
by these same people. These are learned behaviors, you know. Here
I
on the
will
Low
say
Life
this.
podcast, I'm trying to unlearn them. You
I'll
know,
say this about you two. As far as low lifes go, you're pretty good.
yeah.
You know, there's a lot lower lives than you two.
Well, I
Say that.
appreciate that, Uncle Matty. You're the man for that, buddy.
I'm J-Dub and this is Mickey, and we appreciate you for being here. Hope you learned a little something, little life experience, see what it's like to stray down that narrow path,
Yeah.
maybe wobble down that narrow path.
Dance with the devil, baby boy.
But I'll tell you what, Mickey, you look good as hell. I was having a damn good time tonight. Shout out.
Oh, buddy boy, you look good. Oh, you look like a motherfucking Mario Lopez who decided to get AIDS and grow his beard. dude.
Motherfucking
But nah, thank you guys so much for listening. Fucking smash that subscribe button. We'll be back.
do
I'll let
that.
your boy. Low Life Pod.
Be good, stay safe.